So
Um,
while you were in Florida this weekend, you got back and you're realizing you got a bunch of leads.
yes, yes. I just got back last night, and these 11 are waiting for me to call. That's from Thursday, Friday. She was off on the weekend or so.
All right, what's up, guys? We got AJ here today. AJ just got back up to New Jersey, I believe. He was here in Fort Walton Beach this weekend for the War Mastermind. How'd that go this weekend? What was that like for you?
It was excellent, being around guys that, a good amount of them are ahead of you. So you aspire to, they infect you with that energy. Loved it.
You and I, we had a couple chances to talk, and we were getting along on our walk over at the park, and you were just saying some amazing things about Sift and strategies and Tyler and all that. And I thought it was a great idea to get you on a call because, you're a genuine guy, you're authentic. So I just want to take today to kind of go through your real estate business, what real estate is like for you up in the Northeast using Sift. How long you been in real estate, and before Sift, what were you doing? Were you investing? What did that look like?
Sure, sure. No, I've been on SIF for about 3 years now.
Okay.
I did have a full time before that, and honestly, I wasn't taking it serious. I had a factory job at one of the grocery warehouses.
Sure.
And so I was lucky. I worked in the freezer. I had headphones in, at least one the whole time, and I would just listen and listen to Tyler and others. And that's how I got my introduction and plotted my course up out of it. You know?
Dude, that's awesome. So you didn't, so your introduction into real estate was kind of through Sift. And when you started, you just started right away with Sift. There wasn't something before. Just curious.
No, yes. I didn't start with SIF right away. I was actually
Okay.
using Google Sheets.
Sure.
I can't remember where I got it from, probably Max Maxwell. I was using Google Sheets. It was very slow.
Yep.
It's it's minute, and I'm kind of glad I can appreciate things more.
Yeah.
Um, so, but it was tedious. It was tedious, but it can be done like that. It can,
Yeah.
you know.
Definitely. I mean, that's kind of where Sift came from, was that idea. And um, you have to do what you have to do in the beginning. So, okay. So you've been with Sift 3 years. What's real estate look like for you? What's your business look like from day in, day out, um, from your perspective?
Well, we started. It's a lot of chaos. It was a lot of luck, as Tyler says. We're just dialing. We're kind of smiling, and so you never know when the next one's going to come in, and then you kind of nurse them through in the beginning. So there's a lot more clarity now. Now I definitely understand dials. I understand to track the KPIs. You can better diagnose before there's a problem, before you just don't have contracts. And so we're always implementing something that SIFT is teaching and Tyler's teaching. Yeah.
Sure, sure.
All right, all right.
All righty. So we're in AJ's account. AJ, who are you primarily marketing to? I know you're doing the first to market strategy. Who are you targeting?
Um, in the past, we've had great success with state stacked data, and especially off the tax delinquent list. It was
Sure.
tax liens up there. So,
Sure.
but now we have definitely primarily shifted over to first market.
Okay. And how often are you getting that data?
We are bringing in 5 days a week when
Oh,
there's new
sweet.
records coming out. Yeah.
Okay. So you're bringing it in, you uploading it yourself? Do you have a VA doing anything like that?
No, I'm blessed. I have a full time data VA. She's excellent.
Awesome.
And she in each record we bring in, and she does a lot of cleaning. She spends hours. Very tedious.
Really? Well, that's awesome. Okay, so she's bringing the data in, and where do you pop into the situation? Once it's uploaded, you start doing your calling. How does that work? What's your flow look
No,
like?
sure, sure. So a certain amount of data, I don't know. I don't if 40, maybe if we're lucky if 40 records come out today,
Sure.
um, she'll take the time, maybe take 4 hours, she'll clean them up, she'll get them in SIF. That's during the overnight. In the morning, when my second VA comes in, she's gonna first to market. She'll dial those.
Okay.
So we'll skip trace right in SIF, and the numbers will be there, and she'll dial. She'll know how many she dials. That's not a whole shift. Then she'll go on and do a different list or different tasks after that. Or yeah,
Okay, so she's going for initial contact with these prospects. So after initial contact on a correct number, are you doing the follow-ups? Who's handling the follow-ups?
Sure, sure. So as of right now, if it's a lead, then I'm following.
Okay.
Like with all the leads, I'm doing all the jobs. Past cold caller and admin, I'm doing all the jobs after that. But
Okay.
she gets a task. We use the shift the SIF the the what do they call the not
Sequence?
status
Sequence?
thank you Jesus Christ, the sequences. We use those to we it's a lot of records. We're marketing everywhere in the state, but there's certain counties that we want to go through.
Right.
So we'll go through the 3 times, and then we'll market exhausted if we don't get anybody. But if we do, so my VA is doing. She has that. Those tasks pop up on her every day.
Okay, so you're coming into the lead management side of things. Got it. And you are notified of basically your to-dos through the sequences as they pop up as tasks when you open. So if you were to, today's the day you're popping in, you're going to check your leads. What would that look like if you're going to pop in and start doing your work?
Well, if I'm gonna, I would jump right on my I have the SIF line board. I would jump right in my leads if I'm gonna
Okay.
do lead follow-ups here. So this is stuff that came in while I was down there this weekend. Um, so I got 11 that I got to hit this morning, and we move them right across the board, right across. You don't always get somebody the first time, second time.
Yep.
Um, and so we slide right across. I will get someone. If they don't answer for me, then I'll start changing numbers, or I can set a task and send them back to my VA. Since she built rapport when she calls with her number, which is now a good number for for that associate or whoever the lead is, she might get answered, and then she'll warm transfer. This time
Sure.
we won't yeah, we won't put that call down. So yeah.
Gotcha. And this lead management goes all the way through hot, cold, warm, and then where does it end up?
Yeah, we're gonna slam them, and because if they're a lead, if they're a real lead, you know, we're dealing in foreclosure, and people do have issues. They need us many times, and so
Hmm.
you have to just keep calling, and they're getting hit, but
Yeah.
it takes a lot of calls. It takes 15 to 45 touches, so
Right.
we can get a
Yeah.
contract.
Yeah, I like this lead management board. Ice, dead, SMS, endless drip.
Yeah. This is for drip campaign. If we really can't get anybody, or if whatever happens, if they're not interested or they want to retail. So and sometimes we will refer to our agents in our market.
Hmm.
And that's another thing we are building out. So sometimes a lot of times people are in the house, they want to keep their house. So we'll send them to a lawyer. Okay, here's an attorney that does this and does that. But I'm working with that attorney. He's supposed to send them back to me. And again, I'm saying we're if he can't, same thing with a bankruptcy attorney, a foreclosure attorney, send them back, and I'll send them back to you. And I'm trying to build that out with an agent also for
Sure,
retail leads. You know.
sure. Cool. How many, other than the sequences that you have to notify you, how many sequences are you operating with in your business?
Oh my goodness, quite a few.
Really? Okay, cool.
Uh, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
That's awesome.
It's a lot. Yeah. My admin VA, she has taken data for dollar. Data, what is it? Data
Yep.
data for dollars. Yeah,
Yep.
she's taken that. She's actually taken it twice. And that really, that really gives a lot of clarity. Yeah,
Awesome.
amazing, amazing. I'm so thank you guys are the blueprint. You guys are the blueprint, man. So
I love that. I appreciate that. Um, do you have the ability to kind of walk us through one of the more recent deals you've closed? Kind of how it came about?
last close. Yeah. Let's go
One
deal
that
with.
stands out to you, one that, maybe you did really well on, or
Yeah. Let's talk about. There was one in Middlesex in Island.
all right, man,
Um,
break it down.
sure. So what happened? It was a phone call, and I could pull it up, but it was a phone call where my cold call VA, I call them team members. So my cold call team member, she did an amazing job. When she got it was a pre foreclosure,
Okay.
but it was also needed a probate. We didn't know at that moment.
Boom.
She got the brother on the phone. The brother was disabled. He was home all the time. So the brother was like, "Look, my my brother, the second guy, he was at the house and he really didn't want to sell, but they needed to sell. Now let me say this. When you call foreclosures in our state in New Jersey, people literally they get blitzed in the first 2 weeks. They get 200 touches, like emails, phone calls, text messages. They'll stop answering the phone. But because
Sure.
we're first to market. Now they are. It's a different conversation than when I was doing this before this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where people were already, and so we're talking to the brother. He's having a great conversation. When I get the lead and try to close the deal with the second brother, he's kind of egging me off. He doesn't want to do anything. He's just like living in the house, but they're taking it. Anyway, so because of the rapport my VA built, she called back the brother. The brother called the second brother and kicked him in his butt. And then he started moving forward. And I promise he would have never done. Like, I think he would have lost the house, or it would have been months, still months. But long story short, brought him back to the table. And it was like that throughout this deal. It took, wow. I want to say we got it under contract in September. And I
Okay.
want to say it was last month. Um,
Okay.
Crazy. Yeah, it was a lot of work. I won't bore you with all the details, but yeah, that was huge. That was a banger. That was like 60. And so it was because, oh, another thing, that was exhausted. That was in my VA. I should have said that from the beginning. My
Sure.
VA, that was an exhausted. Let me back up real quick.
Sure. Sure.
So one of the main things we do with first to market is we're doing it for the leads. We love those. We want those. But in specific counties, what we're doing is when we don't get anyone, no one else knows that. I didn't know that when I used to just do it the way that everyone teaches. You call through and you see contacts that the properties no one that exhausted after 3 attempts or
Mm-hmm.
bad numbers. Those are the ones my VA data VA she digs in on. She got numbers. She got better numbers. That's how we got the brother. We got a relative. So once we got the relative, that's what led to all that rest of that. And you know, but no, and that's another thing. When you can tell when you're talking to these guys, it took all those months. Normally, they would get so many calls, somebody would cut my throat. These are the ones that nobody is really, they don't know about. No one knows about. You know what I mean? For the most part,
Mm-hmm.
you know, auction date or something.
Sure. Would you be able to pull that up in your records?
Yeah. Let's see. Under contract management, where would it be? Yeah, if I slice it in under post deals,
There you go.
right here. Yeah.
I like that. You have to do some scrolling to see the post deal, all of them. I
Yeah.
like that. Okay, so what are we looking at here? We're looking at yeah, let's go through this message board here. So January 31st, that was when it was closed. And your first initial contact was when?
Oh, great question. Let me slide down. See,
Yeah, see that?
it's gonna it's gonna be long.
Good.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
gonna
the
be real.
importance right here. We want to show this off. Having the ability to know every piece of the puzzle.
Yes, yes, for sure.
A
Um,
lot of texts.
oh my God. Oh my God, this was a long deal. And I think it's more like that in these old states. That there's a lot of title work to do. There were three
Hmm.
brothers. One brother wasn't communicating. So we had to bring that's another thing. We brought in the attorney that, if you find people to fit your team that are gonna work with
Yeah.
you, and to get it, because everybody doesn't get it.
Dang, this
And
is
so yes,
awesome.
the attorney wanted to, oh my God, this is gonna be long. But we're back in September here.
Yeah.
And we do a post review after each deal with the VAs, and I did play the call. It was an amazing call that she had, amazing call. Um, and we put all those as leads, even if it's like they don't give us a good price. The fact that someone's willing to talk to you, they're a stranger. You're just meeting. They're talking to you because they have a problem and they're hoping you can solve it. If you can establish
Yep.
yourself as the authority on the phone. But what do you want?
Yep.
I mean, I keep going back and see. Oh, this is in,
Good.
yeah, this is September. This is all still
That's
September. I said, yeah, crazy.
this is awesome. Wow.
Oh my God, it goes back. This goes back.
Man, you earned every penny of that.
Oh, yeah, 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 we did. We did.
Well, in the probates too, don't they? I mean, they're typically taking longer anyways.
Yes.
But
But
you
it
were
was
the
him.
first one to talk to him and the last one to talk to him.
Yeah,
And
it
that's
was him. It was, oh, it starts right here. So it did
there
come
it
in
is.
September. That's how it comes in.
Boom.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly how it comes in there. And then we give it all the tags.
Yep.
Um, and it's different tags trigger different sequences, statuses trigger different sequences. Everything is like kind of mapped out.
Yeah.
Um, and I know that I want to see where it got exhausted at.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I know we sent it to, this is Skip Matrix right here. We skip
Okay.
it in REI Sif, and then if we don't get through,
Yep.
we get second set of numbers.
And
And
why
then,
do you do that? Just to for the people that might not know.
oh, sure, sure. So what happens is, uh, when you're calling through, after you try 3 times, if it's in a county we're really interested in, we don't know someone would ever pick up. So we're going to get new numbers or different. We're going to go to a second provider to see if they have any different numbers because they
Hmm.
use different, data sources. So we'll call through those and see if we get some. It's very easy if you get 2 numbers, one is dead, one says wrong number,
Hmm.
and any other wholesaler is going to move on. And we're going to dig into that and we're
Yep.
going to really dig in because pre-foreclosure, someone's going to lose it if nothing's
Yep.
done.
Yeah, it's like we're always talking about being able to take it one step farther than your competition, and it starts really simply with just if you've skip traced, you've got numbers, you call them and you got nothing out of it, it would be in your best interest to have another skip trace provider that you like, and check to see if there's another set of numbers that maybe that for whatever reason the other skip trace provider just didn't get that number, and who knows, you might have their correct number in there. But it's just starting the process of doing the little bit extra work required to try and find somebody.
Yeah, this is her lead. It was the third attempt. This is the info she got.
Yep.
Like I said, from the younger brother. And yeah, yeah, they had um we had like I just want to show you where it says third attempt. Yeah, it was a failed contact,
Yep.
third attempt. And that triggered some sequence where I don't it went in a bunch of places. But yes, yes, that's how we home in on it.
Yep. So you can see right there too, and then it became a lead almost what, turned into a lead.
Yeah, that was 14 days after, I guess. Something, it was maybe
September
12 days.
14th, and it got exhausted, and September 14th it became a lead.
Yes, yes. Whatever numbers we had, I know those numbers didn't work right away. And she dug into, so we found the brother who lived in the same county. And their names are very common, but it was good that we got that back and nobody was calling it. Nobody, and I can tell when people call because they're like, hey, do you guys, somebody from your company call? Or somebody said, hey, you can tell, and you got to coach your people how not to let people interfere with your stuff. But
Right.
they weren't getting calls. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They weren't getting calls, you know. So
No, they weren't. Nobody was getting them.
yeah, it's just sitting
Awesome.
there, just sitting there. So sure.
So, I mean, I think I might have an answer for this for you, but in terms of features and integrations with Sift, what have been the ones that you've really relied on? It seems to be like it might be sequences really are helping you, and Siftline board is really your Siftline board is so customized. But in your opinion, what are they?
Um, I think I rely on, all our attempts. So, we're doing a Sensei flow. That so when we reach out, we're gonna call, we're gonna leave a voicemail, and we're gonna send a
Mhm.
text right now. So we're doing all those touches every time, and Sif lets us know how many times we're reaching out to these people. So that is when I was on Google Sheets, I didn't know how many times I called. I just took notes, but we can see. We try to reach out to these people, 19 times, and we didn't get anybody. So we have
Yeah.
to move on to another way to contact them. Like we want to implement the direct mail using SIP, or we're going to door knock, or we're going to do something else though. And
Yeah.
that's how as Tyler says, that's how you build a business long term because the house didn't go anywhere and the problem didn't go.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, I think that's all I need. I mean, you showed me it's a simple process. You're first to market on foreclosure data, right? First to
Yes,
market, you're
yes,
getting there. You're 5 days a week. You're bringing in the data. You have your team member uploading and cleaning. You have a team member skip tracing and doing an initial call, and then you're running the lead management and everything past that. You have automations doing a lot of it for you, which is really cool. Keeps it a little bit simple. You're closing deals relatively consistently. You're in the war group, so I know you're a stud. Is there anything that you would say to investors out there now that you've been with SIF for a few years, you've been to the war group, you've been embedded in that for a little while? What would you say to people outside of those two communities?
okay. What I would say is, you know, and I'm starting to accept the fact maybe SIF won't be for everyone because you can't really explain all that it does.
Mm,
It it's your data hygiene, and you use it to get unbelievable insight into your market, in you're building an actual business that's reliable and not, not hit and miss, not everything was luck before, and it feels terrible. You don't know when the next one's coming. You don't know you just don't know. And so this is because we're using KPIs. It's data, like, Tyler's a data scientist. He
yeah.
using numbers, and it makes it predictable. So then now we're talking science now, not guesswork. So I would say you'd have to try and get in. If you're not going to do it, don't even waste your time. If you're not going to put in the work, but get inside Sift. You have to understand it. You really have to get in the community. We have the best, like Facebook community. We have the best community of people that will help and talk, and you can learn so much. Resources are vast, but you'd have to get into it to really learn and see what it is. Nobody can explain it in a sentence or two. So I don't know what else to say, but it is worth it. The juice is worth the squeeze. It is a learning curve up front. I'll give you that. It is hard work.
It is.
It is very hard work, but the steps are simple. And you know, I didn't hear anyone talk about when I'm at, in my market. Oh, we didn't get deals, and I got to let someone go, and you hear all this shrink. I only heard expansion. I didn't hear anybody saying they couldn't find rehabs, or they had to lower their price because they're getting deep discounts because of this. So I don't know. I don't know how to explain to someone. I don't even. I'm gonna start like not trying to sell it. I'm gonna start pushing back. Maybe it's not for you. That's how I'm gonna start coming to people, because I don't know what to say. I think it can help everyone. I would definitely prescribe it. It's Tyler, and this has changed my life and my family for that matter. So I appreciate it.
Beautiful. Beautiful, man. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I think that's all we got.
No doubt.
You're an official data nerd now, and you're crushing it, man. And we
Stop
love
cursing at me,
the
man.
authenticity, man. The thing that we really want to start pushing outside of just the data management and the becoming a data nerd and all this is that, it's a relieving feeling when you have investors that you can speak to on a regular basis that are genuine and they're actually authentic and they care about the customers that they're dealing with. And it's the customer, but it's the people that you're working with. You're helping them in these situations. And I mean, man, I liked you from the moment I met you. So appreciate you hopping on this call with me. And if you need anything, man, let me know.
I want to say one more thing for my
Sure.
VAs. I let almost every week, unfortunately, we've talked to someone that has already lost their house. And I'll
Hmm.
talk to them and try to tell them how they can go to a lawyer and maybe try to save it. But I let my VAs hear those calls, all calls recorded. We're really trying to help you. They lost their house. Like, we're really trying to help. Yes, you have to come with that
Yeah, man.
mindset. So I'll shut up. Thank you, man.
No,
Appreciate the
man.
opportunity.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right. All right, guys. Take care.
Yeah, man.